Hey, I'm Angel, the one who can spot a red flag in under 5 seconds.
And I'm Marcel, the one who runs toward it anyways.
We're mixing speed dating with zero filters.
If you're here for wholesome, baby, this ain't the place. Welcome to Hitch Please, modern dating, messy decisions,
And absolutely no apologies.
here at Yatu Sabe Studios.
Alrighty guys, we're back on another episode of Hitch Please. And today we do have a special guest with us to go over all this.
Hi there,
Hey.
and I'm Marcelo.
But before we do get into that special guest and we get everything situated here, we would like to remind y'all that we are going to do or begin to do speed dating. So we want everybody who's out there looking for some kind of dating, some kind of getting out there, to be applying either to Macero's social media, my social media. Macero?
Hi, Angel. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. Been hectic couple of days, but had a good weekend. And you?
Awesome. You know what? With me moving in, it's been a little bit emotional, right? Because I'm like unpacking. So I'm like unpacking all my emotions. So I didn't go to work. I kind of did light work at home, and I've been a little under the weather with my emotion roller coaster stuff.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Sergio?
Oh, hey guys. No, I had a good weekend. Usually just stay working.
You stayed working?
I stayed working to go to the gym, and it was a good weekend.
Nice. Jose?
I had a good weekend. I went to the Mexican Mall, aka Traders Village.
Oh,
Nice.
I was like, Mexico Mall.
I was trying
Do
to
we
think
have
which one are
one?
Uh,
you talking about. There's a couple of them out here.
Have y'all been to La Gran Plaza in Fort Worth? That's I call that the Mexican Mall también.
Yeah.
Really?
You need to go there. It's a
I
huge mall with a bunch
do.
of
Oh my God.
outlet things, but it's right off of Seminary and 35. But I had a good weekend, yeah.
Nice. But yes, Angel, back to what you were saying. Yes, definitely. We have a lot of things coming up in the next couple of weeks. And please tune in. Please submit all your requests. We had a lot of requests of a lot of questions like ask this, ask that, right? From both standpoints, females and males, which I love it, right? Because I think I was the only one out there. Angel thought he was the only one out there. And it's like, no, there's a lot of, well, I think I date like this.
And we
because
got
of
pretty
this.
deep, Angel.
We got
yeah, we
really
did.
deep.
And so it's real, it's raw.
Man.
There's no sugarcoating. Everything's real, and we
Oh, yeah.
answer, from our experiences, which is cool.
Yeah. And then our special guest is
My name is Sergio. I'm 25 years old.
Yay!
Welcome,
Thanks for
Sergio.
having me.
Like a short, tall, skinny, flaca, 10 girls with a big old nalgas, right? That's the only song that I can come up with, and I love it.
Right. And so on that topic, tell us, Sergio, what is it that I guess you can say you look for or want, or what is something that I guess you could say you're looking for as far as dating and as far as getting out there into the
Okay.
dating
So
scene?
we're looking for your ever love, right?
My ever love, yeah.
Your ever love.
Yeah,
Because
well,
some-
that is the goal. That is
Some
the goal.
people are just looking for a temporary.
Wait. Do you even know what love is at your age?
Ah, man, I don't know what love is.
don't?
Good
I've
answer.
never
Good
experienced
answer.
it. But no, I want to find somebody that I can call my forever. But it is hard in today's market.
Yeah.
So
It is.
it's hard. What I look for, it's a respectable woman that's has good morals. That I guess you could say that she's in church, respects her parents, and just all around just respectful and a good woman.
Okay. So what does that actually mean to you when you say a respectable, loving, her parents? What does that really mean? Because I can easily say I love my parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then have a horrible relationship with them, right?
Yeah,
Sergio, do tell.
I
What
mean,
does that
all of
mean?
it comes to light. If you talk to the woman long enough, everything comes to light.
Yeah.
All the lies come to light. If how she has a relationship with her dad, her mother, how she treats her brothers or sisters, and it just comes to light. And it's you just gotta you have to look at it with open eyes and with an open mind.
In your generation? I mean, come on.
How old are you?
I'm 25, sir.
Do you have any kids?
No, sir.
Do you want to date someone with kids? That's a big.
Oh, that's a big question. Yeah. No,
question.
I wouldn't.
Is
Me
there any
personally,
people
I
with no
wouldn't.
kids now?
You would or wouldn't?
I wouldn't. No.
Wouldn't. Okay.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't date
No,
anybody
he
with
said
kids?
no
No,
kids.
I wouldn't.
Well, why?
I did it at a point, and somehow it's just like the baby daddy's always gonna come back, and I don't want to deal with no baby daddy.
And at that age, they do come back because they're not fully out of the picture.
yeah, they're never.
I see
never.
that a lot, and they're real celosos.
Hi, Denise.
Oh.
My daughter. Hi, Perla.
No, but yeah.
So, Alex, first of all, guys, Alex is my son. Okay.
Now you said Sergio.
Sergio.
I know. Is that his middle name? Is that his
That is his
nickname?
name. No, that is his middle
So don't
name.
confuse the
I
viewers.
know, oh my God, Sergio, right?
It's just
Sergio.
Sergio.
Let me go ahead and say this. Cut the umbilical cord already. Oh my God.
Let's do it now. No. So Sergio, right, you are my son, right? But how is your relationship with me, right, with your mom, right? And I want to put it out there when he says, I want somebody to have a good relationship with their parents. How is your relationship with your parents? And please don't sugarcoat it at all. But be easy.
Easy about me.
No, I mean it's pretty good. I want to say for the most part it's good. I mean I know there's people out there that have it way worse than I do. So I've just tried to be very humble with my experience with my parents. You know, I try to understand where my dad comes from and where y'all come from, you and him, and why y'all relationships didn't work out. But
Let me ask you, at 25, do you still expect a lot from your parents? And the questions I'm asking are coming personally because I have a 24-year-old daughter.
oh wow,
So
Does she want to get on the show?
I don't know.
Because you asked about the kids. I'm just saying.
Right.
He's a good kid.
I'm trying to match make. That's
the whole point, right?
Hey, don't put them
I'm asking for because of their age group. So they're 24, 25. I forgot what my question was now. What did I say?
The relationship with their parents.
Yeah, but it was going somewhere else. I forgot.
I felt like it was going
Old
somewhere.
age.
I just didn't know where it was going.
It's old age.
I mean, what did he say?
Erased it right before you got there.
So, Sergio, what are...
Oh,
your
I remember now. I said, do you at 25? Do you still expect a lot, or expect anything from your parents still at 25?
Man, that's a good question.
And I say that because my daughter sometimes, very rarely, but she'll say, "Dad, this weekend or a couple weeks, my battery broke down." And it's different for men and women, but for her, she's like, "Dad, my battery broke down." I went and bought her a battery, helped her put it back in, and just little things like that. But it could be that. It doesn't even have to be financially.
So with my mom, she's basically like my best friend. So
Love
she's
that.
always there for me and all that good stuff. It's with my dad. It's like I wish I would have had a more better relationship. You know, he does help me the best he can.
Yeah.
With a little bit of tools, money, and small stuff like that. But I can't be like, oh, let's go kick it at the bar, or let's go fishing, or stuff like that. I can't do. But it's
Yeah.
okay.
I have a different opinion about that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's another day.
You know,
Me here, no
but-
there.
I do expect them just to like, how would I say? Because I'm at that age where it's like I'm an adult basically, and it's like I just want them to help me because someone said on the internet is I'm an adult, but she's an adult pro max. So I want her to just
I'm an
help me.
adulter.
Right.
And both of them help me get through life and make sure it's a easy transition to being older.
At what age though do you kind of cut
ooh.
you don't know?
No, I don't think there's no age. You know,
Okay.
your mom's always gonna be mom, and dad's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
gonna be dad.
Yeah.
Unless you got a bad relationship, then I guess it's for your mental health to like cut it off.
Yeah.
But
So how is your importance, like he just mentioned, right? He has a 24-year-old daughter, right? When you date someone at your age, right, how do you foresee their relationship to be, do you want their relationship to be close? Like the daughter and the dad, or the mom and the daughter? How does it affect from your relationship with your parents to their relationship with their parents?
no, I don't think it affects. I don't know.
So you don't care if they have a relationship with their parents?
Oh no, I do now. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it.
You wouldn't have some nice suegros and suegras.
Yeah, I think they just have to be very respectable and understanding. You know, because there's some I met that are like hard on their ways on how their beliefs are, and it's hard to come around them because you got to understand from the daughter's point that she has to respect them at the end of the day, and she goes, they're their home, you know. So no, yeah.
So would you go back and date a person that has kids? At least
No.
one or two? No. Why?
I wouldn't. No, it's just too much. It's too much work, and I don't got no kids, so I don't see the reason why I should pick up another man's story. You know what I mean?
And I love that answer, Sergio, because, you know, I think that's where people run into problems at a young age. They pick up exactly what you said, someone other's baggage. And if I could do it all over again, you know what I did. You know, neither one of us had kids, but I think my advice to you would be to find someone that has no kids. And I say that because if you're looking for a forever partner, you want to have that forever partner that you do everything first with them. Have a baby together, have a house together, build a relationship with God together. You know, all of these things, it's hard to do with someone who already has
Kids, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's no disrespect to the
Correct.
single mothers
Absolutely,
out there,
yeah.
you know, but it's just like it's hard to like do it. It's a lot of work, and I don't want to do that type of work. And another man can, but I just won't. I won't do that type of stuff.
So I'm hearing that you've gotten hurt before.
Have you gotten hurt?
Yeah, I dated a single mother, and thankfully the baby daddy wasn't in the picture. But it just, at the end of the day, you know, single moms are gonna do what they want to do. Either they're gonna do what they want to do freely, or they're gonna go cheat, or you know, you never come first. You never come first, like at all.
And you can't,
Yeah, you can't, and that's a hard pill to swallow. It's a very hard pill to swallow.
because you deserve.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's keep it real. You deserve to be first.
Yeah, that is true. I deserve to be first.
I don't know if he's questioning it or what.
And I
He's
say
like,
that because he needs to say that's self-affirmation.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
deserve 100% of love, because if he's giving 100% with nothing to give, with no baggage,
Yeah.
why doesn't he deserve that?
oh yeah, and I tell him that.
And I think it also goes back to the saying of you can't give love if you don't love yourself.
That too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Self-love is important.
Yeah. Sergio, what's your occupation?
No, I don't work.
You're a bum?
I'm a bum.
Ladies, don't come here.
No, I do truck and trailer repair. So I've been doing that for about 7 years, and I picked it up from my dad, and it's done me well. It pays pretty well.
Good.
Awesome.
Now,
Okay.
do you feel that your job kind of affects you dating at all?
No, not at all.
No.
It's just the hours are pretty good, Monday through Friday. You know, 8 to 5. More if you want to work more, but
Now, you know, I know you say you got your own business, everything else. Well, you make pretty good money. How do you feel about when, like, if
Good
a woman
question,
tells
Pedro.
you, huh?
No.
Oh, like if a woman tells you, I want to pay for this dinner. Are you a person that lets the woman pay for dinner, or are you?
I'm a
like-
fighter with it. I'm like, oh, let me pay. But I did like 2 times, and she's like, no, I'm all right. You got it. You know, that's all you then.
So you're willing to compromise on that?
So a question from the audience. Parla says, so when you have kids with your forever partner, how are you going to feel not being the first priority? Because once a mother has kids, right? A wife or a person has kids. From my point of view, right? From some moms, right? This mom, my first priority is always my children. And, you know, you're fully grown and you're still my priority. You know, I will drop what I'm doing to run to them. Don't ask me
So
why.
when it's dinner, would you feed your husband first or feed your kids first?
No,
This
always.
is a big.
Yeah,
always,
that is a good
no,
question.
always my husband.
So the man
Well, you're
comes
contradicting
first.
what
Yeah,
you're saying.
No,
the man
no,
comes first.
no, the man comes first in my household.
But you
Right.
just said before that you would
Drop what I'm
drop
doing.
everything for the kids
Yes.
first.
Exactly. If they're in trouble, if they need my help, if they need consolation,
okay.
if
Of
they
course,
need loving,
yeah.
and if they caring.
Yeah.
But in my household, I'm cooking because my man is going out there bringing the butter home, and I'm cooking the butter. So the first butter he has to eat it because he went out there and slaved over dinner. You know, he went out there and because you guys work so hard, right? I'm not saying women don't work hard. Please don't come at me and kill me for that. But men work out in the heat. Men, y'all break y'all's back to bring home the butter, right? So I have taught my kids from little, right? I've always said, thank the person that's bringing it, even if it's cookout
Yeah.
or if they're cooking out, if they're bringing it in, if I'm cooking it, always thank that person because the thank you goes a long way.
Do you think women at your age right now are looking to settle down or just looking to have fun?
Well, now that I'm older, at 25, at 20, from 18 to 23, they're all about having fun.
Gotcha.
You know, and you do meet some in the crowd that do want to settle down, but then they still do what they want to do.
Right.
At 25, now a lot of women are single with kids,
They are.
and then it's like
Now
they
want
want
the
to settle
good
down.
man.
Yeah. Or you meet one, and then you find out her background. Well, background means like you check if she's been with a lot of people.
Body count, see?
Body count,
Yeah,
yeah.
body count. She's been at the club a lot. How many?
Yeah.
You know, all this numbers you got to run, and it's like, whoa, no,
That's not for me.
that's not for me. That's for
Yes.
somebody else.
Yeah.
It ain't for me.
So another question was asked, Perla says, so since you say you want to be priority, how would that work in your household?
Oh no, it's not. I want to be priority. I'm gonna be priority.
So if the
That's it.
person, if your wife, let's just say your future wife has a baby, right? How are you going to be priority if she's going to be, if the baby needs? So
No, I mean the baby's a baby, but when the baby turns into a kid, then it's a kid. But my wife is always gonna come first. Or
To
girlfriend.
you.
Let me say girlfriend. My girlfriend's always gonna come first. I ain't getting
to
married.
you, right? To you,
Uh-huh.
she's going to come first. But
Always,
you said
always.
that you want to be first.
Yeah, but like we have to put each other first. Like the kid's gonna come in certain things. Like if it needs a game, we're gonna go to the game. If it needs to go to the doctor, we're just gonna take it to the doctor. But there's certain things like where we have to put each other first.
Okay.
And if you don't, then you lose that.
Yeah, you lose the whole
connection.
family. Yeah, you lose the whole
Yeah,
family.
and so
Yeah.
I agree with him. Yeah.
Yeah, you always got to make that time at least for each other and to put each other as a priority and the relationship as a priority.
So do you have any felonies?
No,
Mental issues?
no,
No. Okay.
nothing.
Nothing.
What about red flags?
Yeah.
So let me
I'll
ask you
cover
this.
my ears.
A lot of men see women on social media. They flash their body a lot.
Oh,
they're
that is
they're,
true.
they're
Wow.
this and
Yeah.
that, and they're just kind of very normal to them. They get a
Mm-hmm.
new outfit. You know, hey, we look at them. Wow, she looks pretty. Is that somebody that you want to be with, who is showing off their tatas every
man.
other post on social media?
So I know everyone has a different view on
Views?
it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, "Oh, she's a baddie." You know,
Yeah.
let her do her thing.
Yeah.
I have her. I'm like, dude, that's a dumb way to look at it because it's like you have her right now, but who had her before and who's gonna have her after?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like we have a saying. It's like, what was the saying? It's like, it's not your girl, it's just your turn. I think it's called.
Correct. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And until it's someone else's.
Yeah, exactly. But that's only for women that are bad. I'm not saying all women are like
Right,
that.
right,
I don't
right.
want nobody coming for me.
You're going to have them lining
Yeah,
up outside.
You know, but some women are gonna just give you that feeling like she deserves the world, and there's
Yeah.
some women that's like, nah, I can make it work. I know I can make it work.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, it might not work.
I always say, as a woman, I think they should leave something to the imagination. Would you agree, Angel? Even at our age.
Oh, yeah.
Because I see women who, at our age, they're putting their chest all out there. Como nada. I'm like, you know what? That's not somebody I want to be with
Yeah.
or would want to be with. Because I don't want every dude in my tios, my family looking at her like, man, no tiene she don't have respect for her own self.
And I'll say that for me, I don't know about for you,
Yeah.
but for me, it's changed with age. Because when I was younger, I would see somebody, like you said,
Yeah.
dressed with tatas out, everything. I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm all for that. And now I look at it, like
I'm
you
like-
said, I'm like, wait, how much people are you with? What are you
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
putting out there, you know?
Well, I have a little bit different from you guys, okay? As a woman, right? I'm chunky right now, right? But at one point I was very, 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 very gorgeous, very skinny, curvy. And their dad, my ex-husband, he used to love me being very provocative when we were out together on the town. Why do I feel like I have something? Out in the town, we were he was like, babe, wear this, wear that, blah, blah, blah. You know, to show me off basically, right? And I'm working on that right now to get back to somewhat similar, right?
But just because you're chunky or thick doesn't mean you
But-
still can't be
but-
sexy. Let me throw that out there.
No, I didn't say that.
Let me throw that out
But
there.
if a woman works so hard to eat right, to exercise, boy, I want to sit there and I want to look good and I want to dress good and take pictures.
And I think there's a time and place for that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, also, with that being said, with the time and place, does that change from when you're dating the person to when you're actually with the person? Are you more lenient as to how they dress, what they show, and everything else?
I'm not a controlling man. I want my girl to wear whatever the hell she wants to wear. And even if it is provocative, great. You're with me anyways. We're going to have a good time. You're going to come back home with me, ni modo. So it is what it is. And we're going to take pictures and we're both confident people.
And my take on that is, I feel like a lot of men, when they do that, especially Hispanic men, because we're
Yeah.
very celosos,
Right.
we're like, I don't want you wearing that because so-and-so's going to look at you, or so-and-so's going to be staring at you.
No,
My
that's
thing
fine.
is, I'm not going to make, like you said, my girlfriend or my wife feel uncomfortable because some guy wants to be a pervert and wants to be looking at
Exactly.
you. I'd rather have my wife feel comfortable, who I'm with feel comfortable,
Yeah.
rather than making her feel uncomfortable because of somebody else.
Yeah.
And Perla's aside, but it's all going to depend whether you're looking. If you hit them up on social media and that's what you get
Yeah.
compared to an event or a church act. So I guess, like you said, dressing according to what the events we're going to go to, right?
Sergio, what do you think you can find a good woman at? Because the
Please.
bars,
Bring me kids.
the bars is not it, right?
No, I mean, I've been to the bars and you can probably
Or
get a couple of
clubs.
lugs. You can
Yeah.
probably get play with them and stuff. But and how I think, and I'm not sure how every man thinks, but this is how I think. It's like I think every woman is proven guilty than innocence, and I'm
I
like,
agree.
no, she's a hoe.
And
Like,
she's not a hoe
been-
just because she's at a club
Yeah,
or a bar.
no. It's just like she better
Yeah.
prove herself.
Yeah.
Like that she's not like the rest of the crowd. You know what I mean?
So in a wife, listen to the word, a wife. What are you looking for in a wife? Not in a one night stand, in a wife. If you say, hey, I'm ready to date, I'm going to, obviously, because I don't meet these girls, right? So I'm going to bring her home to meet my mom, right? What are you looking at? Besides her body, what does she have to bring to the table for you to bring her home to your mom?
Really, I think you just know. As a man, you just know who to bring and who not to bring. It's hard to pinpoint it. You just know.
It's funny he says that. I think there's a meme or something that says like after 4 or 6 weeks, men know whether we can be with that person long term or not.
Oh, man.
We know very quickly.
I think I saw something like that, but I see the comments. They were saying like you just know the first interaction.
There you go. Yeah.
You're just like
Very
what?
quickly we know.
I'm like nah.
So it's true when they say is that the first 5 minutes of you meeting someone, it's either she's going to be your wife or she's not.
I don't know about that.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't go necessarily wife, but if you want to take it further, if that's where you
Or really just that first night, you're gonna see how she carries herself
Oh yeah. Yeah.
around other men, around friends, how she's being cordial with the waitress, the waiter. Like you can see their demeanor. If they're saying excuse me, if they're saying thank you, babe, give me just a moment, excuse myself to the rest. Like little
Oh, you see,
things
little
like
stuff
that.
like that works, man. That works right there.
That's what we look for is how they carry themselves.
I call everybody babe and hun, right? So if I'm at a dinner date, it's not because I purposely do that. No, it's just, something that I've kind of always had. And I'll be like, thank you, hun, I appreciate it. Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
to the waiter. Thank you, hun, I appreciate it. No, babe. Or no love. I call them no love. No love, it's okay, just leave it there.
I
Or-
think the love and babe is
Right?
a little too much.
Don't I do that when we
No,
go
yeah,
out
she
to
does
dinner?
do
that.
I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it, and then it's either if it's a female or a male. I still
Yeah.
do that. You know what I mean? It's not in a bad way. When I'm around my kids, I do that too. But it's because I worked as an RN, so I've been in those fields.
Yeah.
And the elderly men and women, I used to be like, "No, hun, I'm coming, hun. Please give me a second, hun." But it wasn't never in a bad way. It's just as a como un cariño, I guess said.
Yeah.
Or si no, I call him mija and mijo. Like if they're young, I'm like, no, mija, no, mijo.
They're like, ma'am, I'm 35 years old.
So,
I feel like love, maybe you can get away with, but babe, that's more.
Yeah,
no,
boundaries.
I don't think I've ever called anybody back.
Yeah,
I
that-
don't think so, yeah.
My next question is, a lot of young men are dating older women these days.
Okay.
When it's step up.
Are you open to dating somebody, let's say 35 or older, which is, let's say, 10 years older than you?
I know some of my friends.
Better not.
I know
Well,
some
we
of,
haven't got to
Better
that yet.
not. We're the same age. You better not bring them home.
I know some of my friends and their females that they date older, like 10
They
years
date older
older.
men, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
My
crazy.
daughter is like that.
That's crazy.
But it's not that it's a trend. It's something that a lot of, they call it daddy issues, or what do they call it?
Yeah. I've heard something about they're attracted to whatever their dad did because of the whole
Right.
protective-
Not having a dad
Yeah.
or being
Yeah.
overprotective, yeah. But is it working out for your friends that are your age dating older
They
women?
just, I guess it works out for the money wise. Like
So do you think they're really in love with them?
is it that they're trying to force themselves to, because the number always gonna get you.
Yeah.
The number's always gonna get you.
I believe that too.
So yeah, they get taken out to concerts, dinners, you know, everything, new phones, you know, like it's just crazy. And I'm like, what? Like, why haven't you asked them to date him? And she was like, I'm just waiting. I'm like, well, what are you waiting for? Either you
And
love-
and
you love the person.
normally they won't post them either.
Yeah, they some do. But
Some do, yeah.
But you see the wrinkles in their face, you're like, damn.
And then their friends are probably making fun of them.
Probably. But that's it's a lonely life. But you know,
Yeah.
to not care about what other people.
So
think.
do you date older women, or do you like to stick to where you're between 3 to 4 years between your age?
I want to say in my ranch, I talked to a couple older women,
Yeah.
and they're fun to be around with. But
Yeah.
to date or to like die with, that's damn.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Because a lot of
Thank
people your
God.
age, a lot of guys your age are dating 30,
Yeah.
35-year-old
Yeah.
women.
Yeah, they're talking to them and such, and they're fun to be with. Like they're fun to be with, but I don't know how they can grasp like
Settling down.
settling down
Yeah.
with them. You know, like the age has to get to you, and the mentality
Yeah.
difference of different generations. I can't just.
So what's your ideal person to bring home or to be with for, forever, I guess, or until you guys, whatever, right?
I don't know. Now I don't know. I don't know.
So if she can be a stripper, you'll be fine.
No, of course
Oh, okay,
not.
so you do have a sheet or what do they call it? A list, right?
Checklist.
A
Yeah.
checklist.
Yeah,
So
we
you
do
do
have a
have a
list.
checklist. 'Cause
Mentally,
everybody-
men do have a checklist.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we're describing, she just has to be respectful, like the whole "oh, excuse me, sir" and all that good stuff. You know,
So
that,
have manners.
Yeah.
we take account for all that.
So what about a career? Because I know that
Not a
affects
nurse.
a lot.
Not a nurse. I can tell you, that, not a nurse.
And not a realtor.
Yeah, anything in sales, you have to keep an open mind. 'Cause
So wait, so as a 25-year-old, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have a checklist of a person that you want to bring home,
Mm-hmm.
right, and stay home. Now, if she has a career, right? Because a lot of women, we have careers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if she studied really hard to have a career, are you gonna have her quit to be home? I
If
mean,
I-
think about it. She went through school. She struggled. She did everything that she could.
But she knows she was gonna settle down.
But what
But
about if she doesn't want
If she
to
doesn't
give
want
up?
to, then that's fine. But it's just like then I'm gonna hear the complaining. Oh, babe, work was hard. I'm like, no, it wasn't. You just have
So
to
you're
do a
always
couple-
gonna degrade her.
Not degrade her, but it's like no, like it's not that hard. I told you can stay home. I can take care of everything. I want to be the provider, like hardcore the provider and stuff. You don't have to deal with no nonsense out there. Somebody trying to hit on you or some car accident. Something bad out there. You don't have to deal with that. But she's like, no, I want to pursue what I got going. I'm like, okay, well, then don't complain. You know what I mean?
Have you ever looked for a woman on like Facebook dating app?
Yeah, I did those.
So your age groups, you think, are y'all on like Tinder and all of those?
Tinder was popular back in 2019, but that's because
Isn't Tinder just a sex
no,
app?
They said it's a hookup app.
There you go.
no, that's not
Like
true.
it's
That's not true.
well, I don't know, but I've
Not
kinda
for
heard it.
everybody.
Yeah, not for everybody.
So not for us old people.
I think that's the thing with any kind of dating app or social media. Like you got people that are looking for something serious, and then people that are looking for just
A one night stand.
yeah. And actually, I got a video about it. About one of the viewers sent me a video where it said something about they should make some kind of rule where people who are just on there looking for this should stay to their side, and then people who are actually looking
Yeah.
for something serious should focus on just what they're looking for instead of, I guess, fucking everybody's mind up to where like, oh, you date someone even though you're not being serious, but the other person's being serious, and now you just messed up everything else because now they got all this trauma behind it and everything you did to them.
That is true. Somebody who's ready to date and somebody who's not ready to date. I'm definitely not
So
ready to
are
date.
y'all saying that even like I'm 45 and then he's 25, that it's the dating scene is just hard, period?
Hell yeah.
It don't
Yeah,
matter, it's period.
I think it's because everybody's carrying trauma.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't care if you're like, for example, he's 25. I guarantee you, he's
I'm sure
carrying
he
something
does.
from,
Absolutely.
unfortunately, from
Yeah.
his dad and I, right? And somebody that's 43 like myself, I'm carrying trauma as well.
Absolutely.
So it's like going through a thrift store and you don't know what you're getting. You're going in there, you're picking something out, and you can't return it, unfortunately. So I think we have to all be cautious and ask someone from the get-go, hey, what are you looking for?
What are
and
your
believe
intentions?
them. And believe them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we don't want to believe them.
Well, until they show you otherwise.
Well, because a guy can sit here and be like, well, no, I don't want to date. I don't want no commitment. And yet we could pursue because we want him to come in.
Yep.
Right? We like him more enough than they do that we want them. No. We have to meet them where they're at. And I just learned this, right? They don't want to commit. Oh, okay, well, I appreciate it. I'm not going on a date with you. Because what I'm looking for, you can't give me.
Right.
Sorry.
You can't change somebody who doesn't want
You
to be
can't
changed.
change.
And you got to take them for their worth and what they're telling you.
Exactly. Or showing you, right? You can't just sit there and, he says, yes, I want a marriage. I want a relationship. I want to provide for you. And then he beats the crap out of you. Like, no. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying it happens.
It happens. So you just can't do that. You have to meet them where they're at and then move along.
If that's not what you're looking
If
for,
that's not
just
what you're looking for.
let them find what they're looking for and you keep going.
Yeah.
Quit wasting people's time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Especially, we're old. We're about to meet Jesus, right?
Hey,
Well, I mean,
you
you're
might.
in a relationship,
Hold on
Jose.
a minute. I ain't trying to meet you. I ain't
I'm about to meet Jesus already.
ready to
So
meet him, no.
I think, I'm good. I'm finally in a position of my life where I am content with my memories right now. Right? I'm happy where I'm at with those memories. And I say that because I'm going through a lot still with my son and so forth. So I'm dealing with that and I'm okay continuing to deal with that because it's hard to find somebody that's grieving at the same time and I'm not looking. So I don't expect somebody to be like, babe, go have dinner. And I'm crying my eyes off.
Yeah.
Right? I do that right now when I'm on the phone with the client. I'm like, okay, yes, nope.
Yeah.
I'm sending it over right now.
Maybe we can go around real quick, and I'll start with myself of giving maybe him some advice, being his age. And this is what's worked for me, and finding my relationship that I'm in with, is I took a whole year of focusing on myself. During that year, I didn't date. I worked 3 jobs. I stacked my money, fixed some things on my credit, got in shape, started working out. And then I will tell you, by doing little things like that and just doing you, you will attract what you're putting out.
Yeah.
So if you're at a gym every day, you may meet somebody at the gym who's got the same kind of fitness goals as you.
Yeah.
If you are making money and you're working, you're going to start having friends who have money too, who says, hey, let's just go to a concert as friends. Cool, let's go. Do you have the $300 to go? Hell yeah, I ain't worried about money. Let's just go have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That I would tell you that if you are taking care of your P's and Q's, you will attract what you want because they'll be at either your level or above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
My advice to you, travel. Because you will never get that time back.
No, yeah.
Travel,
But what if he finds
travel.
what do you call it, long distance relationship?
No, God, gracious, that doesn't work.
But you can't tell him no.
Oh no, he's seen it on my shoes. It doesn't work.
I've seen it as well.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
hard.
hard.
It's hard
Yeah.
because they're gonna go out to the club. And you're like, damn, I gotta just sit here and take it in.
Right.
Yeah.
And watch their stories.
Yeah,
Tears.
tears coming out my eyes. It's like, damn, man.
He's like,
And they're
that's
probably
my,
at home just putting the thing
she's like,
up.
that's my cousin, baby. Yeah, right.
And it's worse when they start the argument. And they start an argument before they leave. It's like, oh,
yeah.
man,
Even.
something's up. Something's up.
No,
Yeah.
so my shoes, my advice to you is to travel.
And that's something no one told me to do at 25.
Yeah.
Right? I know adults telling me to travel. You have no kids. I was just like, I was happy just to go to Arlington, Fort Worth, Dallas, but
Right.
no one ever told me to travel, and I wish they would have. I would have done it a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just getting that time to yourself. Like we
Right.
said, that helps with self-love and
Exactly.
everything.
And you meet new friends in other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
pretty cool. I've done that.
And then
It's
now
pretty cool.
y'all have social media, which we didn't have. Y'all can follow each other on Instagram, Facebook, and everything.
And we had MySpace. I had MySpace.
I did too.
Moco Space. And who has Moco
I had
Space?
Yeah, Moco Space and MySpace.
I heard
man.
it's still up. It's still up and
It's
running.
still out somewhere.
What about you? What's your advice?
For me, I guess it's a little more on the serious side, which would be more on the mental side of it, which is you can't save everybody. And if, like basically what we talked about earlier, if they're showing you something and it's not something you want, you can't say, oh, I'm going to change this person, or they're
Yeah.
going to change for me. Because it ain't going to happen. And if they do at some point, it's coming back and they're going to say, well, I changed for you. And it
No.
sounds bad. But,
It's just, I heard that. Yeah, I heard
but
that.
your
And that's
reaction-
great advice because I learned that you got to see people for face value.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they're showing you, and they're not necessarily red flags, they're just showing you where they're at in their life.
Exactly.
And if that doesn't align,
Yeah.
because if a car, when your alignment is off, it shakes
You're
and
gonna
goes
feel it.
everywhere.
Yeah,
You're
you're
going to
gonna
feel
feel
it. So, again, you deserve an alignment.
Mm-hmm.
You, at your age, do not deserve anyone who's going to bring something that's going to cause chaos or movement.
Yeah.
Nah, I
Take a
believe
quick
that.
break real quick?
Yes.
All right. You want to send them off on break real quick? Just saying we'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, it's me. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
At Angel Chiropractic, we're dedicated to helping our community feel their best through expert chiropractic care. Whether you're looking to improve mobility, pain relief, or enhance overall wellness, Dr. Gomez and her team is here to help. Been in a car accident? At Angel Chiropractic, we specialize in personal injury, auto accidents, helping you get back to feeling your best fast. Call the office at 469-809-4211 to set up an appointment for your consultation. If you're in pain, don't wait. Untreated injuries can get worse. The sooner you get treated, the better your recovery. We work with insurance companies and attorneys to make the process stress-free. From whiplash to back pain, we provide expert care, customized just for you. No insurance, no problem. We'll guide you through the process so you can focus on healing. Call Angel Chiropractic today at one of our 2 locations. First location is at 1313 West Airport Freeway, Suite 100 in Irving with number 469-809-4211. The second location is at 117 East Main Street in Forney with phone number 469-300-7640. Y hablamos español. Call today where relief starts now. At Gomez Reliable Tax Service, we take the hassle out of taxes. Make tax season a breeze with Gomez Reliable Tax Services by contacting us today for a free consultation at 214-830-7975.
Our team of experienced tax experts works hard to get you every deduction you deserve.
Ensuring a maximum refund. Taxes can be stressful, confusing, and time-consuming. But with Gomez Reliable Tax Service, we're here to make tax season simple and stress-free. Don't forget to ask about our same-day tax advance loans. Their main office is located at 119 East Jefferson Street in Grand Prairie, Texas. And they also have several locations to serve you in the DFW area. So don't delay.
Call today at 214-830-7975. Again, that's 214-830-7975. Let us help you get your return today.
Hey, I'm Angel, the one who can spot a red flag in under 5 seconds.
And I'm Marcel, the one who runs toward it anyways.
We're mixing speed dating with zero filters.
If you're here for wholesome, baby, this ain't the place. Welcome to Hitch Please, modern dating, messy decisions,
And absolutely no apologies.
here at Yatu Sabe Studios.
Alrighty, guys, we're back. And so going back, well, continuing with where we left off. I know we gave him our favorite things and what we feel about dating. But Sergio, I would like to ask you, in all these years of you dating and everything, what do you feel is the most important thing you've learned from dating, and also something you can tell, I guess you could say, the younger generation and also people your age that are looking to date?
It's so hard. There's so much to say. There's so much. But I think the big one is like I wanted to just like he was saying, it has to align to what you got going on. You know, don't try to force it. If you're forcing it, 9 times out of 10 it ain't gonna work. You know, something's always gonna pop up as an issue.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like you have to connect with the person. I think that's the big one, is connecting.
So is it scary when you're going to ask a person, hey, let's go to dinner, right? Or let's go on a date. What do you say? Let's go on a date, or do you say, let's go to dinner? Or how do you approach someone for them to accept it?
You just gotta shoot all your shots, and then hopefully one will take it.
What is that shot?
But
So what is that shot?
Like, do you ask them for the number? Do you slide in their DMs?
Yeah, what do you
have to
do?
do everything.
All
You have to do
that.
everything in the
To
book
get their attention.
to get something. You know.
And then once you got their attention, then what do? Do you ask them
you
to put
talk.
a date
No,
formally,
you talk to them for a
or
little
do?
bit. You talk to them for a little bit, maybe 1-2 days max, 3 days, and then you're like, hey, let's go. Let's say they're in the same city, right? And let's say in Forney, like, hey, let's go to Chili's right down on Walmart. And they say, no, I can't because of something. Like, okay, you're gonna keep that in note. And they say, okay, how about Sunday? Does Sunday work? And they tell you no again. You're like, you know what? You're just wasting my time. That's it. That's
Gotcha.
it.
Okay, so 2 was max.
Yeah.
Because you're giving them options. They're
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
no to
we're
everything.
not, no,
Right. They're
we're all
like, they're not
adults here.
interested.
Yeah, we're all adults here.
Exactly.
You can tell me to like, oh, let's regroup for Friday. Friday, I'm free. Oh, okay. Or what about lunch? Does lunch work or coffee? Does coffee work? Does donuts like?
I like that.
Everything
And that's what
works.
I did as an
They
adult
come back
before I
up.
met Victoria. I was always about, hey, you want to meet for brunch? You want to go to La La Land, or you want to go to Starbucks? Like, let's just chill because
said La La Land.
that
I've
quick
never
little.
been.
You been there?
I've never been.
No?
Is it good?
Coffee, yeah.
Oh, yeah, very good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I mean, and then that little 30 minutes, it's gonna either last 30 minutes or it's
Yeah.
gonna last 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then
true,
when
man.
it's good, it's like, hey, you want to go kick it somewhere else? Like, hell yeah! Like, let's keep this going because she's just as attracted to you now.
Yeah.
And I think the vibe and communication is either gonna make or break that little.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Meeting.
I feel you can sit there and talk to someone, but
For hours.
it doesn't compare nothing to like being face to face and actually
Yeah.
interacting with the person.
Yeah.
Or if you do have long conversations on the phone, that's when I really know things are clicking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So okay, so you're on your first date. Everything goes good.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you ask for a second date, or do you even ask for
But
a
that's
second
at the
date?
very end.
Or that's what I'm saying. So do you ask for it, or does a person ask for it?
I think you just know. You know, you just know the second date's gonna be there because, like everybody was saying, the conversation's just going so smooth. There's no reason to end it. But you know, we all have to go home and sleep. So, you know it's gonna come. You know,
Okay.
you'd be like, well, you know, I don't want this night to end, but does tomorrow work?
And let's say she tells you she's busy on Friday, and you're like, okay, cool. You know, we'll do another day. Así lo dejas. And then on your stories later on that night, you see she's at a club.
Yeah, you better cry it out and go to the next one.
Damn
That's it, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's
she's
it.
already lying. Like, you know,
Yeah, that hurts.
she's for the streets.
She's for Dallas.
They were calling. The streets were calling.
Man, Sergio, I appreciate you coming on the show and talking to us, and you know the point of view of a 25-year-old, right, and how hard it is. So it's not just our age, right? It's I think it's across the dating board.
I
across
know.
and it,
Yeah.
and it
And I'm glad
sucks.
you brought them in because we get to see a 25-year-old's.
So it's
perception.
like, it sucks, right? Because I mean, here we're thinking, oh my God, it's just us. We're 20, you know, I'm not 25, but I wish I was. But
When
you
I
know,
was single, I said, maybe it's me. And then I said, that doesn't even sound right.
me said no. So then we have problems, right? If you're answering yourself, but you fall
There's
into the
medicine
mental
for
issues.
that.
I know
Check that one.
schizophrenia, the schizophrenia, the
You know what? We're gonna
Seroquel.
take that one out real quick.
Yeah, no, but seriously, like it helps us understand the men group and the female group, right? To what we're looking for, right? On stuff, right? What to expect if you want to settle down and so forth. Here's the big one that I always say, and I hope a lot of people take this to heart, right? Because my mom told me, and it was, you have to be a wife before you become a wife. So you can't go out looking for your husband and be like, hey, do you want to marry me? And then become a wife. You have to be a wife at home before you go out there because your husband's already looking for you. So don't prepare yourself. Make sure you work, like you said, work on yourself to become the person you want, and you're going to attract that person you want.
And I think also you need to be very specific when and if you do pray for a woman. I'm a big believer of manifestation.
Yeah.
And a lot of us will say, man, I want this job. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And then God ends up giving it to you, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of men, we don't do that for women.
Yeah, we don't.
And I know a lot of God-fearing women who they do that and they find the man that they want because they were very specific on the type of man that they're wanting. And I think as young men, even as adults, we should practice that probably a little bit more because what's to say that the manifestation of everything else works? Why aren't we doing that for the woman that we want in our lives?
And didn't you say that Victoria did that?
She did. She had a specific checklist.
Was it you?
It
Or is she still trying things out?
It was weird because she literally had a journal, and when I was reading it, I was like, "That is so weird," because that is me. I'm like, "Babe, you found me," And she wasn't looking, and I wasn't looking, and we weren't
that's
nothing like
what
that,
I
and
love
it just happened. But it's just you'll know because again, everything kind of aligned.
Yeah.
And you don't have to force it. You don't have to wonder if what the other person is doing or anything like that. If you text them, they'll text back. You don't have to worry 2 hours later, like, what the hell? It's everything that it's really what it is two things: mutual respect and reciprocation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if somebody sees this podcast and says, I want to talk to Sergio, he's single, he's 25,
cute.
he's
I
cute,
know
no
that.
kids,
Yeah, I know that.
and he's a business owner, how can they get a hold of you?
What do you mean get a hold of me?
Dang, you want to put his cell phone, his address,
God gracious.
his Instagram?
Everything, man.
So what's your 411? Like, what do you want if somebody sees you and says, hey, I'm 25, I have my own career, I want this, I want that. How can they get a hold of you if they want to go on a date with you?
Oh, do the podcast, I guess. I don't
Or
know.
slide in your DM.
Yeah, just slide
So
in.
what's your
Instagram.
your Instagram information or your Facebook information or your cell number? I mean, you never know.
No, nothing.
Espérate, o sea.
Let's see. So my Instagram's going to be serg10.dfw.
There we
If
go.
anybody's
Awesome.
interested, it's fine.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, is there any last words that you want to say?
It's just for dating. It's just so much that
So
goes into
if
play.
somebody sees you, tell them, tell the camera right
Okay.
there, what you're looking for. Tell her, take the mic and say it manly.
Really, I'm not looking, so
So don't hit me
yeah,
up.
don't hit me up. Really, don't hit me up. Man. I still got a lot of things to work on, and I feel like every woman should work on themselves before they try to find something when they're not ready. And if your background's pretty bad, then don't expect too much.
That part.
You know what I mean? So
Angel, I have a question for you. I know this worked for me in the past when I was single. I was all about being friends with women.
yeah.
And when you were friends with them, let's just say a group of them, y'all go out because they would invite me to go all over the places. People were like, oh, he's fucking every one of them. Like, no, they're cool as fuck as me, and I don't want to mess up this friendship. So like, they keep inviting me, so I'm gonna keep going. I ain't trying to sleep with nobody, but as you have that group of friends, and you keep it platonic like that, you can sometimes build a relationship by seeing how they are even in the areas you go to. Was that ever your concept of meeting a girl and just saying, hey, let's just be friends and see where it goes?
I think that kind of worked when I was younger, which was like, okay, maybe it can work into something like that. But I think, again, as I've got older, once I guess my thing is I put people into categories from the get-go. Like we said, first couple minutes of meeting you and the interaction, everything is like, okay, with the vibe I'm getting from you, do I want a relationship or is this just a friendship?
Yeah.
And once I put you in that friendship, you ain't coming out of that.
Sergio, have you ever been friend zoned?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a
It happens.
It's a common thing for anybody.
Where
for
you're
every
attracted
man.
to them, but they're like, no, I'm cool just being friends.
Yeah. So I mean, it hurts because you're like,
It
damn it.
I really liked you.
But then you're like, damn, like you see them for how cool they are. You're like, we could have worked. We could have worked, but
Right.
now
Some
you
people you just want to be friends with because they're so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I have
No,
girlfriends that have friends with that we've never crossed the line and boundaries, and and we look out for each other.
Yeah, definitely.
That's two right here.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I love that y'all have that relationship because, like, I have friends who have kids. They've invited me to their kids' birthday parties, and and I love that. They're like, "Oh, mom, meet Jose," and she's like, "Yeah, I seen you on the podcast," and it becomes that family, part, and I love that.
Yeah, no, I have a group of friends that we've been friends for like so long, right? and I'm the one that failed out, right? Because I have issues with my kids. So I failed out, and I actually reached out to them, I think yesterday morning or this morning, I don't even know. And I was like, hey, do y'all want to come out and have loteria and drink and, whatever the case may be? And Alex knows them. Like, my friends are my kids' friends, right? And not in like, hey, they're their friends, meaning like they're like the tia and the tío and so forth, you know what I mean? So like, Perla is my best friend and Angel. So they know that if something were to happen, they're up. You know what I mean? Like
To pick up the pieces, absolutely.
the kids can call them and they'll run.
Yeah.
And I've been blessed enough that Perla was always there for my kids when I
love
wasn't
that.
there. Like, she would drive over there, like, check up on me when I went MIA for like weeks. She's like, if you don't pick up, I'm on my way.
She was doing welfare checks.
Oh yeah. Boy, let me tell you.
We ain't calling the cops. Personally, I'm just gonna go out there myself. I got a key to the house. I'm walking right in.
So I'm blessed on that part, and I think we all need that
Yeah.
as grown people. We need that confident, and we need that person there with us, right?
By the way, I like to play loteria.
Oh,
If you ever want to invite us, we'll come out.
Don't get me started because I didn't get an invitation. Yet, so we started.
The truth
No.
He wasn't in that group chat.
No,
You
I
contradicted
just.
yourself. We're best friends, but I wasn't invited.
I'm glad
No,
you
I
kept
have
pointing.
not. I
No,
haven't
don't
tagged
start
everybody
acting
yet. Damn it, son.
That's what friends do. They call your ass out.
Exactly.
No, definitely. I'll tag you in once I get completely, settled in.
And your forks and spoons in the
Oh,
cajon.
you ain't lying, because right now they're
Everywhere.
plastic.
Yeah.
No, they're plastic. But let's talk about what's going to be happening up next in the next couple of weeks, right? I think, Angel, we have what's coming up.
Well, like I said, and like we said at the beginning of the show, we are trying to get to the point of actually having people come on and try the dating scene and speed dating. So again, keep signing up, keep sending us messages and everything else. We are also looking into, once that gets going, we are looking into going live and doing speed dating live, going to different shows. So if anybody has any ideas on places we can go, places y'all would like to see us, again, shoot us a DM. Should send us a message and we'll go from there.
And the questions, please. But like I said, I will jump fences, literally, just to go find me.
Yeah.
The questions, comments, please. We love them because what you guys ask us, I and Angel sit down on the phone right now, not like face to face, but we sit down and we put these questions together so we can talk about it and give you those answers, right? Because we're all wanting some type of answer. Sometimes you guys don't want to get on live and type it to us, but we will ask it and we know that you guys are watching.
And this is why you also, both of y'all, created pages.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why we got the pages up. That's why we got all that up, just to get the feedback and everything. And a little bit to add more on that, we don't just want the good stuff. We want the best stuff. We want y'all to tell us what we're doing wrong, what y'all think we could do better, where we can improve and everything else. And we'll take all everything.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So if you guys know of any places that we can start doing our live segments, we will love it. We have our DJ on stat, right?
Yep.
And then we have our co-host Angel. So we're out here, and then with the young generation that Sergio is bringing in, we will love it. We will accept it. We want the good, the bad, and the ugly. And please stay tuned.
No, we don't want the ugly. Leave the fade.
We don't want that,
Hey, the song is perfect. Short, tall, skinny, flaca. Them girls with the big old nalgas. Come on, play that song.
That's fine.
And we promise me and Jose will keep you updated if we end up making it to the Loteria game.
To be continued.
Hey, we can do it live, okay? We can play Loteria live and get some big, ¿cómo se dice those prizes?
Yeah.
I'll go to the dollar store and get the prizes.
Get the prizes. Put them up.
All right, guys, stay tuned. Thank you. Here at
Thank you. Yeah,
Chi-
just,
Go.
well, now you got me on.
Stay tuned here at Hitch Please at Ya Tu Sabes Studios.